So I've been filling my dry fly boxes for my next trip to the Catskills, and I've got plenty of caddis and most of the mayflies I'm going to need up there. So I sat down this morning to just come up with something new. And there was one fly that did really well for me there last year. It was a small 16 or 18 chartreuse palmer. Some of them I tied with a tail and some of them I didn't. I don't know which one did better. They might have performed about the same. But after a few fish, that fly was getting a little bit waterlogged and I was having a difficult time keeping it up on the surface. So the one I came up with this morning, it's based on that. It's basically a palmered body, but without putting the chartreuse dubbing underneath, I'm going to put a piece of green foam over the back, kind of like a humpy. So this fly is basically just a palmered humpy. I'm going to treat it kind of as an attractor fly, but one that should float pretty well, and even when it gets waterlogged, it should stay up near the surface with this foam in it. Now, I don't know if anybody has ever created this pattern before. I've never seen it out there, and if they haven't, I don't know why, because it's pretty easy to tie, and I think this is going to be a fish catcher for me. And since this fly doesn't officially have a name, let's do a quick name the fly contest. So how this works is just watch the video and then leave a comment with what you think we should call this thing. I'll take the top 4, we'll put it out there for a vote, and if the winner's in the US, I'll send you a hat. So that's it, folks. A pretty simple tie, but a fun little pattern, and I can't wait to get up there in the Catskills. Give it a shot. So there it is in the vise. Just really a no-name palmered mayfly, generic mayfly, but kind of humpy style. I'm going to tie this on a size 18. This is an Arex, what is it, 531 sedge dry fly hook, which sedge, that's what we call caddis here in the States. Black 52 denier thread. Let's just go ahead and catch this in somewhere toward the back. And I'm going to put a tail on this one. This is moose body hair, not moose mane. Put it a little bit in the stacker. So not a big tail and not real long, maybe a body length. I guess let's go about right there. And if you've got real thin thread, it will flare up on you a little bit, so you might want to go back with some medium wraps, not real tight wraps. And I'm going to catch in a small dry fly hackle. I'm going with Grizzly because that's just the most universal, I think. We'll catch this one kind of to the side over here. A few wraps to secure that stem. And now for the humpy part. This is just foam, craft store, Walmart foam. I think it's 1.5 millimeters. I've cut it at, slightly smaller on one end. So with your thread in close to the back, let's see, not all the way to the back. Let's catch this in. I'm going to catch a couple of millimeters of the foam going back to where I want to flip it up and see, is that going to be enough? Yep, that should be enough right there. I'll go ahead and squish this down. Now, if you wanted to dub a body, now would obviously be the time to do that. But I'm not going to, and I haven't done it with any of these because I'm just palmering it pretty tightly. And you might see a little bit of that when we're done, a little bit of that green underneath there, but it's not a big deal. I don't think the fish are really going to ever see whatever color body you put on it anyway. I mean, they might. And now we could trim these on top. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to fold it over and squish them down. We'll secure this with a couple wraps. All right, there's our hump. I'm going to snip this, not necessarily as close as I can get it, but pretty close. So I left a little nub there that we can bury with our thread to just make sure this foam is really secured on our hook here. And I got a little nub right there. We might be able to bury that with our head here in a second. And now the front hackle, just more of this same Grizzly. And this one's going to be a little bit bigger than that bottom one. So let's go about right there. And I'm probably going to do about 3 wraps of this one. This is what's really going to help it to float. That foam will keep it buoyant, but it won't keep it high on the surface. And it will just help us be able to see it. All right, let's wrap 3 up here and see what that looks like. Should I try one more? Nope. Let's stop it right here. All right, we're getting a little close to our eye up there. I'm gonna lick my fingers, try and pull everything back, and then just ramp up a little flat area, make some room for a whip finish. And how's that eye look? All right, I've got 1 barb going up over it. I might put my singeing tool on that, but I think I can get my tippet through there, so I think we got a solid fishable fly. So that's it, my friends. I appreciate you watching. Y'all take care, and we'll see you next time.